40 pretty cool and kind of scary facts about ocean creatures. What fascinating fish facts should you know about the many creatures of the ocean depths? Did you know that until 2013, no one had ever recorded a video of a giant squid alive? The coelacanth was thought to be extinct for millions of years until one was caught alive in 1938. There are also an array of alien-like jellyfish and terrifying deep-sea monsters that look like something out of a horror movie. So what is the weirdest, wildest ocean creature alive? Believe it or not, all the ocean animals and fish below are 100% real. Vote up the most interesting and maybe slightly scary facts about ocean life below. We all wonder what alien life might look like. But there are some strange creatures swimming in our oceans that are more bizarre than anything Hollywood has imagined. About 71% of the surface of the Earth is covered in water, and we are still only beginning to discover the incredible biodiversity and unusual denizens of the oceans. Ocean life and sea animals are full of surprises. And there are all kinds of cool fish, and a few scary ones, living in the ocean. The Pacific viperfish has teeth so big that it can't close its mouth. The sinister-looking Pacific viperfish has teeth so large that it can't close its mouth. These 8-inch hunters troll depths of up to 13,000 feet and lure prey to them with their bioluminescent bellies. The sarcastic fringe head looks like the Predator movie. Do you remember the scary jaws of the Predator in the Predator movies? The sarcastic fringe head could very well be the inspiration. These big mouths hide on the ocean floor and engage in mouth wrestling when fighting each other for territory. The Atolla jellyfish might as well be an alien if it looks like an alien and acts like an alien. Is it an alien? The UFO-looking Atolla jellyfish, like most jellyfish, has no digestive, respiratory, circulatory, or central nervous system. It also has a biological protective burglar alarm display visible from 300 feet away. The freaky Barreleye has a transparent head. There are a lot of strange-looking creatures in the ocean, but the Barreleye has to be one of the freakiest. It has a transparent head, with large eyes inside that look upward. For looking down, the Barreleye also has a small set of eyes on the bottom of its body. The Fangtooth fish has the largest teeth proportionate to body size. The fearsome Fangtooth fish has the largest teeth, proportionate to body size, of any fish. This deep-sea fish swims at crushing depths of up to 16,500 feet in icy cold water. They are only 6 inches long, but a lot of that is teeth. The vampire squid can turn itself inside out. Squid are already alien-like creatures with their tentacles, huge eyes, and ability to flash colors. The vampire squid takes things one step further. It can turn itself inside out to use its cape webbing as a shield. The terrible claw lobster has a claw that's almost as long as its body. Once you look at the terrible claw lobster, you'll have no trouble figuring out how exactly it got its nickname. Technically called the Dinocheilus ozubelli, this strange ocean creature was discovered in 2010 near the Philippines. Only one of its claws is crazy-looking, equipped with saw-like teeth that scientists aren't entirely sure what it's used for. What they do know is this unique-looking lobster is extremely rare. Octopuses can see with their skin. An octopus can change its coloring to match its surroundings, although its big eyes help. Recent research suggests that there is a protein in the octopus's skin that is light-sensitive, suggesting these cephalopods can see without using their peepers. The Mola is the biggest bony fish on Earth. Holy mola. That's a big fish. The Mola is the largest bony fish on Earth and can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. The tailless fish is one of the largest jellyfish eaters in the world. 10. The sea angel is a leal devil. It might have a heavenly name and an angelic appearance, but the sea angel is anything but. It's actually a type of sea snail and an accomplished predator, snacking relentlessly on other sea snails. 11. The goblin shark can protrude its nail-like teeth forward. The aptly named goblin shark lives at great depth and rarely comes into contact with humans, so you can relax. Its nail-like teeth are encased in a jaw that can protrude forward, sort of like a xenomorph from the Alien movies. 12. The giant spider crab is the biggest arthropod on Earth. If you're into crab legs, check out this guy. The giant spider crab is thought to be the largest arthropod on Earth and can measure up to 12 feet from claw tip to claw tip. They live in the deep waters off the coast of Japan. 13. A live giant squid was finally filmed in 2013. Giant squids are the stuff of legend. They can attain a length of 60 feet and are the largest mollusks on Earth. But until 2013 no one had ever filmed one alive. Now we can watch one feeding instead of just examining carcasses that wash up on shore or are caught in fishing nets. 14. The frilled shark is built like an eel. The better to strike its prey. The frilled shark is called a living fossil, for reasons that are apparent if you have two working eyes. It's often mistaken for an eel, but it's built that way so it can strike its prey like a snake. 15. The wolfish needs an orthodontist. The jacked-up teeth of the wolfish help it crush mollusks, shellfish, and sea urchins. These adorable predators swim at depths of up to 2,000 feet and are renowned among fishermen for their ferocious appearance, temperament, and biting ability. Quote, 16. Anglerfish have a built-in lure on their heads. The deep-sea anglerfish has a fleshy growth protruding from its head that lures unsuspecting creatures to its big mouth. The creatures at the bottom of the oceans are pretty much the stuff of nightmares. 17. The water bear can survive in outer space. It might only be 1 millimeter long, but the water bear is the toughest creature on Earth, and don't let anyone tell you different. It can survive in temperatures from absolute zero, -457 degrees Fahrenheit, to up to 357 degrees. Withstand radiation up to 1,000 times more than most animals. Come back to life after being dried out for 10 years. Get this, are the first animals we know of that can survive the vacuum of space. 18. The pink see-through Fantasia has real guts. There are a bunch of nearly transparent ocean animals, but the pink see-through Fantasia, which is actually a sea cucumber, looks otherworldly with its guts exposed for all to see. 19. The giant hatchetfish won't be caught off guard from below. The giant hatchetfish, which is only 5 inches long, doesn't really live up to its name. However, it does have a unique defense mechanism. It has a row of light-producing organs along its belly that mimic daylight streaming down from above. This confuses predators trying to ambush it from the depths below. 20. The Yeti crab is the hairy hipster of crustaceans, unlike its smooth shell cousins. The Yeti crab was discovered off Easter Island and has hairy claws. It's likely blind and might use bacteria in its furry claws to detoxify its food. 21. The coelacanth came back from the dead until one was caught alive off the coast of South Africa in 1938. The coelacanth was thought to have gone extinct in the Cretaceous period. These rare fish are among the most endangered in the world. 22. Weedy sea dragons look just like seaweed. The weedy sea dragon is a master of disguise. It lives among seaweed and thus has adapted to blend in seamlessly with the seaweed in order to confuse and elude predators. 23. Sea cucumbers have an unbelievable defense mechanism. Sea cucumbers are fairly simple animals that can grow up to 6.5 feet. They do have one amazing defense mechanism, however. When threatened, a sea cucumber can eject internal organs out of its anus and regenerate them later, a handy, if somewhat revolting, trick to confuse a pursuing predator. 24. The red-lipped batfish wants to give prey a smooch. The red-lipped batfish walks on the seafloor, because it's such a poor swimmer, with its flattened pectoral and pelvic fins. It has a retractable appendage to lure prey close to its red-lipped smackers. 25. Transparent salps remove carbon from the ocean surface, being as transparent as a Ziploc bag. The jellyfish-like salps may not be much to look at, but they do provide an essential function. They condense their waste into carbon pellets that sink to the ocean floor, which effectively removes carbon from the ocean surface. 26. The Christmas tree worm decks the halls all year. The Christmas tree worm was discovered at the Great Barrier Reef's Lizard Island. The worm actually breathes and eats with those creepy branches. True to the Christmas break spirit, the coral-like worms are almost entirely sedentary. 27. The Napoleon wrasse can change its sex. The Napoleon wrasse is already a striking animal with blue-green designs that are unique to each fish. Just like fingerprints, the Napoleon wrasse is also a hermaphrodite that can change from male to female, or vice versa, when necessary. 28. Sea pens are filled with tentacled polyps. Not ink, although they look like old-fashioned quill pens anchored to the seafloor by a bulb. Sea pens are actually colonies of tiny tentacled polyps that form branches. They're bioluminescent, but how they use that cool feature is unclear. 29. The eastern fiddler ray earned the nickname banjo shark. The Australian eastern fiddler ray cruises around coral reefs to prey on shellfish. The unique, triangular markings behind its eyes have earned it the nickname banjo shark. But we don't recommend trying to pluck it. 30. Juvenile longfin batfish pretend to be leaves. If you're a newly born ocean critter, you'll try anything to survive. The juvenile longfin batfish lives in seagrass and, to increase its chances of survival, acts like a leaf floating in the water to mimic its surroundings and not stand out to hungry predators. 31. The manta ray flips for digestion in all of the oceans. Is there anything more graceful than a gliding manta ray? Before you answer, know that the manta ray may flip around to aid in digestion. Maybe it's not so elegant, but whatever works. 32. The ugly blobfish is squishy, so it floats at extreme depths. The blobfish will certainly not win any kind of oceanic beauty pageant. But the squishy, almost shapeless critter looks the way it does to enable itself to float more easily in the deep ocean where it lives. It's actually as sedentary as it looks. It remains almost entirely still, with no swim bladder, unlike most fish. 33. The Dumbo octopus swims with elephant ears. Those aren't ears on the Dumbo octopus, but the fins sure do resemble a certain animated Disney elephant. The Dumbo octopus uses its protruding ear-like fins to swim. 34. The Pompeii worm likes it extra hot. The Pompeii worm is one of the most heat-tolerant animals on Earth. It lives near superhot hydrothermal vents in the ocean. Scientists think a symbiotic relationship with fleece-like bacteria may give the worms their insane heat resistance. 35. Comb jellies look like underwater UFOs. Comb jellies look like underwater UFOs. But the light show isn't due to bioluminescence. The light is scattered by moving cilia that propel the jellies through the water. They may look innocent, but they're actually voracious predators. 36. The bobbit worm can split a fish in two. The burrowing bobbit worm can grow to a length of 10 feet. It attacks with such force that it can split a fish in half. If that's not terrifying enough, it also injects a toxin meant to make its prey more digestible. 37. The frogfish is a master of camouflage. The frogfish can change colors to blend into the coral reefs in which it lives. The fish have stripes, spots, warts, and other skin anomalies that help it impersonate rocks and plants on the reef. 38. The armored snail is built like a tank. Not many predators are going to try to take a bite out of the multi-layered armored snail. You can find them over hydrothermal vents deep in the Indian Ocean. Researchers say studying the creature could inspire tough new materials for use in everything from body armor to scratch-free paint. Quote. 39. The Monopsis isopod is like a deep-sea pill bug. Scientists don't know much about the Monopsis isopod except that it is closely related to the pill bugs you find on land. They kind of look like something Sigourney Weaver would try to blow out the airlock in an Alien movie. 40. Giant tube worms live in extreme environmental conditions before you rule out life existing in the harsh climates of other worlds in our solar system. Consider the giant tube worm. They live in crushing depths with zero sunlight and freezing cold temperatures. But they also thrive near hydrothermal vents that spew out superheated water containing toxic chemicals.